Over to Dr. Subrata for making this pitch on why we are calling this event as a IWSP a new beginning. Over to you, Dr. Subrata. Kindly switch on your video.
Hello.
Yes, Dr. Subrata, you need to switch on your video.
I have switched on.
Yeah, it's on.
Okay. Yes, I'll make you spotlight. Yes.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Namaste and welcome to all the participants on this session of IWSP on ceRIMed platform. Wish you all a very happy and blissful Navaratri as well. We are calling this as a closing, calling this event as a closing day of our program, but it's a new beginning, the day of the new beginning. It's because all our enthusiastic participants has not only participated in all this, most of the events, and also contributed, and their responses to all the requests like filling up forms and attending to all our small attending very carefully made us believe that the journey of your wellness, inspired by the Swamiji and Dr. Sushil Sharma over this last 1 month, cannot end with this single day. All of us also committed and planned our journey for this new beginning and with you. And the details of this plan we chalked out yesterday evening and will be given actual agenda of our connection with all of you by Anirban towards the middle of the program today. Also, we made an appeal somewhere halfway through our program to make some contributions, mainly for the sustaining of this kind of program, this kind of quality program, free to all the participants. In that response, we found a lot of positive responses from people, and they have contributed generously. Thank you all for making that effort and make us really proud and motivated to continue our service for this kind of quality program in future occasions. Talking about ceRIMed, I like to mention also that ceRIMed also conducts on a regular basis, mostly on Sundays, once or twice in the Sundays, very eminent, very useful talk by the eminent speaker, talking about their experience, how the integrated medicine, integrated treatment of their patients getting benefited for various kind of disease, various kind of conditions of their health, as difficult as cancer, diabetics, hypertensions, many of those commonly known disease people are suffering. So on that, they shared their experience, and we'll be inviting all of you to listen to those deliberations, and also you can raise your questions during that time for if you have any doubt. All of you learned in the last 1 month by dashing to practice and practicing to for DASH. In a way, it's a nice acronym for diet, activity, stress, and habit. And you've shown so many changes, you are able to do it over this period. Now, to bring this real benefit, all this will not be seen on your health permanently or regularly on your health parameter if you don't practice this on a daily basis. And that's why all of us, including Swamiji's, talking about Shravana, Manana, Niridhashana, and also Dr. Sushil Sharma mentioned about another way, Shruti, Yukti, Anubhuti. Finally, all depends on your experience. How do you do it? with practicing, practicing, and practicing. So we hope, even though you're making one end of this particular batch today, we'll continue to practice at some time with you, but whether we are not there with you all the time, but you should make sure every day you spend time and practice some of it, whatever you learned in this period. So with these few words, I thought it will be, I like to wish you all a wonderful experience of wellness for the days to come. With these few words, I will hand over the mic to Anirbanji. Anirban.
Yeah, thank you, Subrata. Thank you for these lovely, fine, great words. And now we have a very special guest amongst us. I'll just introduce him with a couple of slides and then hand it over to him. He is going to be singing for us live, and he's extremely special. Just 1 second, I'm going to share his credentials so that all of us know who he is, and then perhaps enjoy his rendition even more than.
Thank you for logging in. This is Integrated Wellness Science and Practice, IWSP, in short.
A good portion of our sessions are devoted to addressing a good and healthy mind, along with a healthy body. To this effect, the songs, bhajans and spiritual discussions go a long way to anchor our thoughts and enable wellness.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are so happy to announce the presence of Vedant Bharadwaj, who is amongst us today and is going to regale us with his beautiful rendition of a song which is my personal favorite and is originally by Sant Kabir Das. I hand it over to Vedant to take this rendition forward. Thank you, Vedant, for joining us, and thanks for all the effort to be here amongst us today. Thank you again. Over to you, Vedant.
Thank you so much, Anirbanji. Namaskar, Swamiji, and to all the dignitaries present here. Thank you so much for inviting me here to share a song with all of you. So when Anirbanji told me about what this is about, so I thought the song that's written by Kabir would be very apt for today. In this song, he deflowers the mystery behind the making of the human body. So he says, subtle is the weave of this cloth. And the cloth that he refers to, Kabir was a weaver by profession. Ancient folklore says that Kabir was a weaver poet. So he says that subtle is the weave of this cloth, and he's talking about the skin that covers our body. And he goes on to explaining how God made this body. And he says that he combined the three nadis, Ingla, Pingla and Sushman nadi, along with the 5 elements, as he sat on 8 lotuses, and he spun this cloth to shape on his charkha, and it took him 10 months to complete his job, which everyone knows that it takes 10 months for a baby to be born. And it took him 10 months, and he beat this cloth to shape. And everybody wore this cloth over them, and it became dirty. But Kabir wore it with such care that he gave it the same way that he received it. Jyon ki tyon dhar dini chadariya, jheeni beeni chadariya jheeni.
Genie
चदरिया बीनी चदरिया झीनी चदरिया बीनी चदरिया काहे के ताना काहे के भरनी काहे के ताना काहे के भरनी कौन तारे से बीनी चदरिया कौन तारे से बीनी चदरिया झीनी 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 पिंगला पिंगला ताना भरनी पिंगला पिंगला ताना भरनी पिंगला पिंगला ताना भरनी सुषमन तार से बीनी चदरिया सुषमन तार से बीनी चदरिया झीनी 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 आठ कवल दल आठ कवल दल चरखा डोले आठ कवल दल आठ कवल दल कवल दल कवल दल आठ कवल दल चरखा ढोले पांच तत्व गुण तीनी चदरिया पांच तत्व गुण तीनी चदरिया साई को सियत मास 10 लागे साई को सियत मास 10 लागे ठोक ठोक के बीनी चदरिया ठोक ठोक के बीनी चदरिया झीनी 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 चादर सूर नर मुनि ओढ़े सो चादर सूर नर मुनि ओढ़े ओढ़ी के मैली कीन्ही चदरिया ओढ़ी के मैली कीन्ही चदरिया दास कबीरा 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 दास कबीरा जतन से ओढ़े दास कबीर जतन से ओढ़े जो की त्यों धर दीनी चदरिया जो की त्यों धर दीनी चदरिया झीनी झी काहे के ताना काहे के भरनी कौन तारे से बीनी चदरिया झीनी 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 झीनी। Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful, Vedant. Fantastic. Swamiji, over to you.
Thank you so much.
Dear Vedant Bharadwaj, we are so happy and delighted to have you. I have been watching you every Sunday. Your special bhajans with guitar is very inspiring for many of our youths. May the Lord bless you with lot of opportunities for a bright future, and may the Lord bless you and make you His instruments to serve the humanity in various capacities. Namaskar.
Thank you, Vedant. You may continue with us till the time your time permits. So most welcome. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Vedant. Over to you, Swamiji, to introduce our next guests who are very, very special and very close to your heart. Please, over to you, sir.
Yeah, as we all know, we are here in a very special gathering where more than 70 eminent people from India and outside India participated in a unique program by name IWSP, Integrated Wellness Science and Practice. And this program is hosted by our team by name ceRIMed, Center for Research in Integrated Medicine. By the blessings of the Lord and by the good wishes of the eminent people in the society, we are able to successfully complete the 12th session today, which is the last session of the course, in which we have been learning about diet, activity, stress management and habit change, which in turn will help us to lead a happy and healthy life. So in this special program, we started our program with Vedant Bharadwaj's wonderful bhajans. Now we are moving to next one more important session, which will be very inspiring and which is very close to my heart. Murali and team from our Vivekahamsa Bangalore, very dedicated team who belong to different professions when it comes to karma yoga, but as a devotee of a Lord, they are under one brand name Vivekahamsa. By the grace of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, Ma Sharada Devi, Swami Vivekananda, of course by the Divine Mother's grace herself, Durga Ma, and led by, guided by, blessed by various monks of Ramakrishna Mission. This team is very dedicated and they are known for their disciplined life along with their dedicated and devoted bhajans. So now I introduce Vivekahamsa team led by Murali ji to conduct special bhajans for all of us today. Very warm welcome to all of you. Namaskar Murali, welcome.
Namaste everyone. Our humble pranams to Swami Dayadhipanand Ji Maharaj. Thanks for introducing us. Special wishes to Shri Anirban, who is in the hosting team. With the blessings of Goddess Durga, we, Vivekahamsa team, on this auspicious Navratri season, we are very blessed to sing bhajans. To begin with, we are singing Sanskrit shlokas composed by Sri Shankaracharya ji. न जानामि तां न च ध्यानयोगं न जानामि गानं न च ध्यानयोगं न जानामि तन्त्रं न च स्तोत्रमन्त्रं न जानामि पूजां न च न्यासयोगं न जानामि पूजां न च न्यासयोगं रतिस्त्वं रतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि रतिस्त्वं रतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि न जानामि पुण्यं न जानामि तीर्थं न जानामि पुण्यं न जानामि तीर्थं न जानामि मुक्तिं लयं वा कदाचित् न जानामि भक्तिं व्रतं वापि माता न जानामि भक्तिं व्रतं वापि माता गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि प्रदेशं रमेशं महेशं सुरेशं प्रदेशं रमेशं महेशं सुरेशं दिनेशं निशीथेश्वरं वा कदाचित् न जानामि चान्यत् सदाहं शरण्ये न जानामि चान्यत् सदाहं शरण्ये गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि विवादे विषादे प्रमादे प्रवासे विवादे विषादे प्रमादे प्रवासे जले चानले पर्वते शत्रुमध्ये अरण्ये शरण्ये सदा मां प्रपाहि अरण्ये शरण्ये सदा मां प्रपाहि गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि अनाथो दरिद्रो जरारोगयुक्तो अनाथो दरिद्रो जरारोगयुक्तो महाक्षीणवीर सदा जाड्यवक्त्र विपत्तौ प्रविष्ट प्रणष्ट सदाहं विपत्तौ प्रविष्ट प्रणष्ट सदाहं गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेव भवानी गते त्वं गते त्वं त्वमेका भवानी गते त्वं गते त्वं त्वमेका भवानी. The next bhajans is also Sri Shankaracharyaji's Kriti, Shruti Namagamye. Shruti Namagamye Suvedāgamagna Shruti Namagamye Suvedāgamagna Shruti Namagamye Suvedāgamagna Mahimno na janante param tavamba Shruti Namagamye Suvedāgamagna Mahimno janante param tavamba Stutim tartumicchami te tvam bhavani Stutim tartumicchami te tvam bhavani Shamasvera matra pramodhakilaham Shamasvera matra pramodhakilaham Guru Svam Shiva Svam cha Shakti Swameva Guru Svam Shiva Svam cha Shakti Swameva Tvamevasi Mata Pita cha Tvameva Guru Svam Shiva Svam cha Shakti Swameva Tvamevasi Mata Pita cha Tvameva Tvamevasi Vidya Tvamevasi Bandhu Tvamevasi Vidya Tvamevasi Bandhu Gati meva te devi sarvam Tvameva Gati meva te devi sarvam Tvameva Sharanye Varenye Sukarunyamurte Sharanye Varenye Sukarunyamurte Hiranyodharagye Raganye Supunye Sharanye Varenye Sukarunyamurte Hiranyodharagye Raganye Supunye Bhavaranya Bhitescha Mamahi Bhadre Bhavaranya Bhitescha Mamahi Bhadre Namaste 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 Bhavani 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 Namaste
भवानी नमस्ते भवानी। अनंत रूपिणी अनंत गुणवती अनंत नामी गिरिजे मां। अनंत रूपिणी अनंत गुणवती अनंत नामी गिरिजे मां। अनंत रूपिणी अनंत गुणवती अनंत नामी गिरिजे मां। शिवहृन्मोहिनी विश्वविलासिनी शिवहृन्मोहिनी विश्वविलासिनी रामकृष्ण जयदायिनी अनंत रूपिणी अनंत गुणवती अनंत नामी गिरिजे मां। जगज्जननी त्रिलोकपालिनी जगज्जननी त्रिलोकपालिनी विश्वसुवासिनी शुभदे मां शुभदे मां शुभदे मां। जगज्जननी त्रिलोकपालिनी विश्वसुवासिनी शुभदे मां शुभदे मां शुभदे मां। दुर्गतिनाशिनी सन्मतिदायिनी दुर्गतिनाशिनी सन्मतिदायिनी भोगमोक्ष सुप्रकारिणी अनंत रूपिणी अनंत गुणवती अनंत नामी गिरिजे मां। परमे पार्वती सुंदरी भगवती परमे पार्वती सुंदरी भगवती दुर्गे भामती त्वं मे मां त्वं मे मां त्वं मे मां। परमे पार्वती सुंदरी भगवती दुर्गे भामती त्वं मे मां त्वं मे मां त्वं मे मां। प्रसीद मातर नागेन्द्र नंदिनी प्रसीद मातर नागेन्द्र नंदिनी चिर सुखदायिनी जय देवा। अनंत रूपिणी अनंत गुणवती अनंत नामी गिरिजे मां। अनंत रूपिणी अनंत गुणवती अनंत नामी गिरिजे मां। शिवहृन्मोहिनी विश्वविलासिनी शिवहृन्मोहिनी विश्वविलासिनी रामकृष्ण जयदायिनी अनंत रूपिणी अनंत गुणवती अनंत नामी गिरिजे मां।
देवी दुःखहारिणे तारिणे देवी दुःखहारिणे तारिणे देवी दुःखहारिणे तारिणे महेश हृदय वासिनी जय जय जगवन्दिनी माँ जय जय जगवन्दिनी माँ देवी दुःखहारिणी तारिणी देवी दुःखहारिणी तारिणी महेश हृदय वासिनी जय जय जगवन्दिनी माँ जय जय जगवन्दिनी माँ सुर सुर नर सवार पूजित सुर सुर नर जवार पूजित आगम निगम सृजन कारिणी सुर सुर नर सवार पूजित आगम निगम सृजन कारिणी ज्ञानद वरद सुखद मोक्षद तुम्ही मानद जय परायणी जय जय जगवन्दिनी माँ जय जय जगवन्दिनी माँ देवी दुःखहारिणी तारिणी देवी दुःखहारिणी तारिणी महेश हृदय वासिनी जय जय जगवन्दिनी माँ जय जय जगवन्दिनी माँ भैरवी भवानी नागेन्द्र नंदिनी भैरवी भवानी नागेन्द्र नंदिनी नाग नाग पाश घोर नादिनी भैरवी भवानी नागेन्द्र नंदिनी नाग नाग पाश घोर नादिनी ज्ञानेन्द्र उपेन्द्र योगेन्द्रादि को तो शरणे पड़िय दिवस रजनी जय जय जगवन्दिनी माँ जय जय जगवन्दिनी माँ देवी दुःखहारिणी तारिणी देवी दुःखहारिणी तारिणी महेश हृदय वासिनी जय जय जगवन्दिनी माँ जय जय जगवन्दिनी माँ गुरु मुखे शुनि तुम्ही माँ भवानी गुरु मुखे शुनि तुम्ही माँ भवानी आद्या शक्ति शिवे समार जननी गुरु मुखे शुनि तुम्ही माँ भवानी आद्या शक्ति शिवे समार जननी मामा बोले डाके माँ तुम्हारे मामा बोले डाके माँ तुम्हारे ताई माँ तुम्हारे माँ बोली हे रानी जय जय जगवन्दिनी माँ जय जय जगवन्दिनी माँ मामा बोले डाके माँ तुम्हारे ताई माँ तुम्हारे माँ बोली हे जाने जय जय जगवन्दिनी माँ जय जय जगवन्दिनी माँ देवी दुःखहारिणी तारिणी देवी दुःखहारिणी तारिणी महेश हृदय वासिनी जय जय जगवन्दिनी माँ जय जय जगवन्दिनी माँ जय जय जगवन्दिनी जगवन्दिनी मा जय जय जगवन्दिनी मा.
Over to you, Swamiji. Swamiji, you are muted. Yes.
By the grace of Divine Mother, on this auspicious occasion of Navaratri, how more, in what better way we can get the blessings of the Divine Mother. That was my feeling when I was immersed with the melodious, full of devotion, stotras, bhajans on Mother Durga. We are all very much delighted on behalf of the ceRIMed team and our IWSP Batch 1 participants, esteemed guests who are present on this occasion. I convey my love and namaskars to Vivekahamsa Bangalore team for their wonderful devoted bhajans on Divine Mother. Thank you, Murali and team. Thank you so much. May Divine Mother bless us all with good health and of course with good knowledge. Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma. Anirban?
Yes, sir. So thank you, Mr. Murali, and your other colleagues. Thank you very much for this wonderful rendition. We will be always in touch. Kindly continue till the time your time permits. Over to you, Swamiji, for our regular session where we start with mind rejuvenation. So over to you, and then we'll have Dr. Sushil coming in with his wrap up session today. So over to you, Swamiji, for that.
Namaskar, warm welcome and good evening to all of those who are present. As usual, we have been practicing mind relaxation techniques for the last 1 month. This being the 12th session, the final session of IWSP Batch 1, let us practice together Brahmari and Anulom Vilom. Those of who are my guests who are specially present, so we do practice 2 pranayama. One is Brahmari, the second is Anulom Vilom. Brahmari, what we do? Close our ears, close our eyes and say humming sound. This is a very good mind relaxation technique. We can practice this wherever we are, in the office, at home, wherever you feel little tense, just sit straight, be free and just relax and practice Brahmari. So let us practice together 3 times Brahmari. Simple, very effective mind relaxation technique. Of course, if you can take the name of the Divine Mother and be immersed with that, that is the highest way to relax our mind. Already we were relaxing and we continue to relax. One more pranayama, Anulom Vilom, alternative nasal breathing. Breathe in through left, breathe out through right. Breathe in through right, breathe out through left. Like this, 1 cycle Anulom Vilom. Like that we will practice 9 times Anulom Vilom. As Vedanta Bharadwaj said, we have three nadis mainly, Ida, Pingala, Sushumna. The energy which is flowing, that has to be channelized properly. So, Anulom Vilom is a wonderful mind relaxation technique. Let us practice 9 times Anulom Vilom. Please continue to practice Anulom Vilom while I keep on talking about the benefits of Anulom Vilom. Anulom Vilom is found very much beneficial for symptoms like anxiety, depression, unable to concentrate, and so many health disorders. When we practice Anulom Vilom properly, the Prana Shakti is properly flowing through the left and right canal, Ida and Pingala, the energy canals we can call. Central one is the Sushumna. Whenever there is an equilibrium in the Prana Shakti flow, we don't get any disorders. If we have, that will go away. Anulom Vilom is a wonderful pranayama. Anybody can practice wherever you are, any time. I request all of my IWSP Batch 1 participants to practice these 2 mind relaxation techniques wherever they feel little stressed. You will see the immediate results, instant result. With these mind relaxation techniques, now we are ready to learn more about IWSP by our esteemed facilitator, Dr. Sushil Sharma, who is an eminent cardiologist working in USA, Maryland for more than 35 years in the field of interventional cardiology. Based on his scientific knowledge, based on his own experience, Sushilji is practicing integrated wellness science and practice for the last 5 years, which has benefited himself and many of his eminent, learned people. I may not call them just patients. I was also very impressed when he came to Haridwar from all the way USA to be with us here to serve at our Ramakrishna mission, at the same time learn yogasana, pranayama, practice at the same time, teaching our healthcare providers, doctors, nurses, and including patients about wellness. By the grace of Divine Mother, we are able to reach many people in India and outside India with this wonderful program. Today, he is going to wrap up what all we have learned in the previous 11 sessions, along with some new points to be shared. At the outset, I would like to inform our IWSP participants and the special bhajan team, which includes Vedanta and Vivekahamsa team. We have one more special guest who is silently sitting and watching, Justice Santosh Hegdeji, who had lovingly sent a video bite wishing his best wishes for the success of this program. Conveying my love and namaskars to Santosh Hegdeji for his special presence. Now I hand over the mic to Dr. Sushil Sharma for his session on integrated wellness science and practice. Namaste.
Thank you, Swamiji, and wonderful session. And Vedant Bhardwaji, please accept my gratitude. What a beautiful rendition of two of my favorites, Kabirji and Rahimji, and that was enlightening. And also to Vivek Hansa team and Gatistvam and all those beautiful bhajans and srotam, and you filled the whole atmosphere with this divine love. Thank you to all. And thank you to Swamiji as always. Thank you for all the pranayamas, dhyanas, and yoga asanas, and everything, satsang, and prerana, and jnana, and what else can I say? This is everything that is happening here today. Be rest assured, there's only one inspiration behind it, and that's Swamiji. So let's begin wrapping up everything that we did. Am I able to share my screen?
You need to share it, sir. You need to press the button.
There we go. I don't know why it's looping. There you go.
Yeah,
So
please go
let
ahead.
me make it
Slideshow.
Yes, doctor.
Good.
Okay, good. So for the benefit of those, I think there are some new people that have joined today. So I thought that I'll dwell on this IWSP and integrated wellness and science and practice. They sound like loaded words. So I just want to simplify and see what that means and why we chose these 4 words and why we think that these 4 words form the basis of our comprehensive wellness. So the first thing is integrated. So that's a beautiful concept that we really have to internalize. We are integrating here, first of all, the evidence-based, scientifically proven practices for a better health with our ancient wisdom of yoga, dhyana, and pranayama. So that is the core integration that we are doing. The second integration that we want to do is that unless you vertically integrate your mind, body, and soul, which then rejuvenates your physical aspect, your vital energy, your psychosocial being, and your spiritual being, all these are vertically stimulated, then you have a comprehensive integrated wellness. We believe that unless you awaken your body, your mind, and your soul, you do not find full expression of your creative self. Without finding full expression of the creative self, purposeful and meaningful life is not led. And that is what leads to all the stress and dissatisfactions in life. And that is, stress is the one that percolates down and then gives us all the illnesses and problems that we have. The third integration that we talk about is horizontal integration. We live in a connected society. We are all interdependent. We need to be one with people around us and integrated with people around us. So when that horizontal integration comes, that brings a lot of peace and joy in our lives. So that is our concept of integrated wellness. Now, we have only taken the practices, and there are multiple practices, and we do not belittle other practices. We think they're all very comprehensive and good, but we have only chosen those practices that have a validated scientific basis that has been replicated in science and published in reputed journals. And we put them together in a comprehensive package of practices that we practice together. And all the practices that are being recommended have been practiced by me and by Swamiji and my friends and my patients, and we have seen benefits. So we're only sharing with you what we not only learned in science, but also practiced and benefited. And I hope that connecting with us as you have been and staying connected as you will be, we will continue to practice this integrated wellness, science, and practice together and continue to reap the benefits for us and for all. So somebody brought up the other day the subject of vagus stimulation. So I thought I'll spend some time on it, only 2 minutes. So vagus is the longest nerve in your body, called cranial nerve. It extends from your brain all the way down to the lower part of your gut. And it really innervates many vital organs in your body, your lungs, your heart, your stomach, your liver, your intestines, everything. And we also found out that vagus nerve has a very strong correlation with the breathing system through lungs and diaphragm. And we also found out that our ancient sages found out that this vagus nerve can be modulated, its tone can be increased by certain practices with respiration and breathing. Now, I don't know if they knew about vagus nerve or not, but anything and everything that they found out is absolutely true and proven by science. If you can modulate your vagus nerve, you are halfway to wellness. And the best way to modulate vagus nerve is to increase vagal tone by respiratory exercises. And respiratory exercises, we mean breath focus. And by breath focus is nothing but pranayama. So think about it, there are two competing systems in our body. One is called the sympathetic stimulation system. This is the one that was the most ancient system in our body. And this is the one that prepares us to fight, flight, run away. This secretes hormones called epinephrine and norepinephrine, which increases our pulse rate, respiratory rate, blood pressure, so that we're able to fight, flight, or run. And we needed this when we were hunter-gatherers in jungle. We needed this very active sympathetic response because the threats to us were very real and daily. Now, this system, if it goes in overdrive, is the basis of stress in our life. Opposed to that, there is one more system created in our body called the parasympathetic nervous system. You could probably visualize, although anatomically there is no correlation, as Ida Pingla's sympathetic parasympathetic. And parasympathetic is stimulated when the vagus nerve is stimulated. Now, we saw when sympathetic is stimulated, you are in a mode of fight, flight, and fright. When the parasympathetic is stimulated, you rest, you digest, you tend and you befriend, because eventually it releases certain hormones in your body, which makes you more caring, sharing, loving. So vagus nerve stimulation gives you parasympathetic stimulation. Parasympathetic stimulation gives you calmness, good digestion, calm body, loving body, which is tending, caring, befriending. And that's where you lower your stress, and that's where you get the benefits of parasympathetic stimulation, which you have been practicing here every day on a daily basis. You have been increasing your vagal tone every day. Every time you do pranayama, you modulate your vagal tone. You modulate your vagal tone, you stimulate your parasympathetic system. You stimulate your parasympathetic system, you give your body rest, digest, tend, and befriend. And therefore, continue to do pranayama and continue to reap the beautiful benefit of increasing vagal tone. And when this vagal tone remains high over a period of time, your resting heart rate drops, your heart rate variability increases, your blood pressure drops, your muscles become relaxed, and you have bodily benefits, for example, in terms of controlling your diabetes, your blood pressure, your cholesterol, your heart disease. So all these benefits are linked through this parasympathetic nervous system, through respiration, through pranayama. So I'm going to sum up now because we've done this all before. We discovered that if you affect 4 areas of your body, diet, activity, stress, and habit, you can have comprehensive wellness. And we have practices that we practice together in diet. we think activity and sleep are very important, and stress management is very important, and habit change. Although it's put in that order, actually the bottom one is the first one, the habit change, which really leads to your diet and activity being right. And the habits don't change as long as you're stressed. Because when you are stressed, habits are the one that provide you the immediate gratification that then becomes a loop, that then becomes your habit, that then makes your diet and your activity bad. So in the diet, we saw how whole grain, vegetables, fruits are the great way of going, legumes. We also found out how less the dairy, the better. It's not as beneficial as we think it is. And we also learned that cutting back on salt and oil is very healthy. And if there is nothing else on diet you want to take away from the session today, just go away with one thing. When you prepare a food item, use pinch of salt and hint of oil. They used to joke in Hindi, वो तेल की शीशी दिखा करके cook कर लो. You don't have to put it in the vegetable. So as little oil as possible, as little salt as possible. We found out that if you're doing yoga, and we talked about this yesterday with Swamiji, if you're doing yoga 1 hour a day, that is profound physical activity. You don't need to do anything after that. But if you want a break, then you could alternate and you could walk 7,500 steps in one stretch on 2 days a week and do yoga 5 days a week. And you get all the benefits, scientific benefits that you get from activity that we studied. We found out several stress reduction practices, and we have been doing them together every day. We have been doing dhyana, we have been doing pranayama, yoga, and we also found out that there are 3 other practices which are very easy to do, and they don't need more than 2 to 3 minutes a day. The practice of self-compassion, and we saw the scientific basis of that. The practice of gratitude, how that's beneficial for health, and the practice of prayer. These are proven practices scientifically. And we also found out that sleep is very important. And we learned the sleep hygiene principles. And once we lead a life like that, there is so much joy in our life that the joy of smoking, joy of alcohol drops by itself. So this is our healthy plate, and we had so many beautiful plates sent by you, and they all really look like this. The more colorful the plate is, the more healthy you're eating. So eat the rainbow. More colorful the plate is, more it is loaded with nutrients, the phytochemicals, the antioxidants. They are the one that work as a cleaning system for your endothelium. And your endothelium is, if your endothelium is healthy, circulation to all the parts of your body is healthy, and therefore all your body organs are healthy. And that is how you get the biological wellness, which comes through food, comes through eating this beautiful plant-based food full of green vegetables, red vegetables, yellow vegetables, fruits, legumes, and whole grains, which are the best food, best medicine, the best tonic, the best vitamin that you can give to your endothelium. Remember, we talked about endothelium is the inner lining of all your blood vessels. So think about your blood vessels like pipes, and think about the endothelium as one layer of silicone coating that goes inside your pipe. Think about how the pipe erodes. Pipe erodes when the silicone coating is destroyed. That silicone coating of all the blood vessels, all the pipes in your body is endothelium. And you keep it healthy if you eat this kind of diet and reduce your stress and stay active and have healthy habits. So healthy habits, no stress, whole food, plant-based diet, active lifestyle keeps the endothelium healthy. We also learned that these 4 foods we should try and minimize. Don't eat white rice. Don't eat white bread. Don't eat white pasta. Make it whole grain, brown rice, whole grain bread. Don't eat too much. Excuse me, let me just connect my battery here. Okay. Don't eat full fat dairy. Eat either plant-based milk, or if you don't like the plant-based milk, make your dairy skim. If you can't do it skim, make it 1%. Avoid salt as much as possible. And if your kidneys are healthy, use potassium salt. Sugar is just bad for you all along. So if you ever have a desire to eat anything sweet, grab a fruit. Keep fruits all over your house, eat fruits all day. You can eat that sweet all day, but do not eat processed sugar in any form, like candy, cake, sweets, pastries, donuts. And this is the four substitutes we recommend. For the salt substitute, we have sodium-free salt. For sugar, we have fruits. For milk, we have either plant milk or 1% milk, and we have this brown bread or whole grain bread. And there's some examples of substitution. It's very tempting to have nachos with cheese and those kind of things, but you can also replace that with nutrient dense, like carrots with hummus. Hummus is loaded with protein. It's nothing but chickpeas. Then fruit products with added sugars like donuts and cakes and pastries, you can replace with fruit. Refined grain, you can replace with whole grain. Snacks with added sugar, you can replace with unsalted snack. The solid fats, the butter, the margarine, you can replace with vegetable oil. And any beverage that you drink, like Coke or juices or added juices with sugar, you can all replace that with plain water. We found out about the activity. The best combination of activity is yoga and walking. And if you do gym, that's great too. If you do aerobic exercise, that's great too. But if you're doing yoga, which you learned here in 3 weeks, and just about every asana that you need to know, you don't need to practice every asana. And you also don't need to be as streamlined and flexible as this picture of this lady is in the slide. Whatever you can do, which is comfortable for you, is the yoga that you need. We found about the hygiene of sleep. We realized that there is great role for staying consistent in life, going to bed at each proper time, waking up at proper time, keeping your bedroom quiet and relaxed, removing all the electronic devices, not watching any TV or smartphones or laptops before going to bed, avoiding large meals, coffee or alcohol before bed, eating your last meal at least 3 hours before you go to bed, and getting some exercise during the day, and you'll sleep better. And we found out what the benefits of 7 hours of good sleep are. We found out that stress is very important, ubiquitous in our life. Even if we think that we are not stressed, we are. And we found out the deep psychological basis of why stress comes. Stress comes from not understanding impermanence and not understanding interdependence. As long as we live, we're interdependent, and therefore it behooves that upon us to make sure that our interpersonal relations, our social relations, our work relations, take that into account, and we practice things that give us the loving, serving attitude that make us likable and lovable in our work environment and family environment, social environment, and that goes a long way in reducing stress. We also found out that nothing, just like the footsteps at the beach, nothing stays permanent. You go next morning, these footsteps will be gone. If everything is impermanent, I think it strengthens our ability to accept and let go. And I think unless we have these two, acceptance and letting go, it's very difficult to get rid of stress. And coming to the habits, we found out that habit is really nothing but a thought, and mind is nothing but a sack of thoughts. So mind, there is no such anatomical thing as a mind. In our brain somewhere, we have thought upon thought stacked up, acquired over a long period of time. And that thought, when it's compounded and becomes an automatic loop in a sequence, it's called a habit. So how do you control a habit? To control your habit, you have to control your mind. And we have been doing 4 practices on a consistent basis. We have been doing pranayama, we have been doing meditation with Swamiji, we have been doing yoga with Swamiji, and we have been doing self-rejuvenation time, a 2-minute focus that we do every day. And they are profound practices in controlling mind, controlling thought, and thereby controlling habit. You may think that how could 2 minutes sitting in the morning, sitting in the evening, in silence, stillness, solitude, change your complete life? It does. Because once you start doing this, you realize that you've already developed a routine, you develop discipline, you're practicing something. And wellness cannot come without three things: routine, discipline, and practice. And all three of these parameters get modified if you practice the self-rejuvenation time, which obviously we'll practice again today as you've been practicing every day. We also found out that if you have to develop a paradigm in our mind, anything and everything that we do should not just be, I did it because. There is no because. Before because come, you have to ponder on the cause in your mind. We all try to avoid harmful and unpleasant things, but we do a lot of pleasant things which are harmful that we need to avoid. We have to understand that there are some things that are beneficial in the beginning and we don't realize that they are beneficial. They may sound unpleasant, but we know they're long-term benefits. And then gradually we go to this fourth box in the right bottom corner, which tells us that pleasant and beneficial are not two things. Your whole life, once it becomes a good routine, good practice, and good discipline, then whatever you do is beneficial and whatever you do is pleasant. Beneficial and pleasant merge into one. We also learned about this scientific basis of habit control through habit loop. For example, you get bored, you do something, you feel good, and it becomes a habit. You're bored, you go and eat a chocolate, you felt good, then your mind found out that boredom can be treated with chocolate, it's rewarding, and then the loop starts. But you can replace this habit loop by controlling the routine. So when you get bored, instead of eating a chocolate, eat an apple. You might feel good. And if you do, now this loop becomes strengthened. Boredom, apple, felt good. Boredom, apple, felt good. That is how you consciously, by experimenting with various different actions and activities that give you reward of feeling good, you finally gradually substitute good practice for a bad practice. And we also found out habits never die. The brain is wired in such a way. We are living today, you're alive today, and you are successful today only because you have habit loop. If all the habits that you acquired died, you would not be as successful as you are today. You learned riding bike when you were 5-year-old and you never rode a bike after that. At the age of 60, you get on the bike, within 3 minutes, you'll start riding. Why? Because the habit never died. It just went in subconscious. So no habit dies. If no habit dies, don't try to kill your bad habits. Put more good habits in your life so that the bad habits go in subconscious. So again, this is the habit change plan. Before you want to stop an old habit, please create a new habit. Make sure that new habit becomes a consistent habit. Make sure the new habit gives you the pleasure that you need. Once you get pleasure from the new habit, then you say, okay, can I now stop the old habit and substitute new habit for the old habit? And that is how you replace bad habits. And we all saw that. We also found out there's great benefits for volunteering. It's great for health, and therefore some kind of volunteering, if we take up, will be great for our health. 2 hours a week, we found out, was the volunteering threshold. And you have all the health benefits if you volunteer 100 hours a week or 100 hours a year or 2 hours a week. This I thought I'll just set up. You might be wondering, there's so many things we told us all over here, there, everywhere. How do we do all this? So I thought the best way would be to just give you one suggested routine. If you divide your time, other than sleeping, into 4 quadrants, and you consider morning when you wake up as 1 quadrant, midday, noon, 1 quadrant, early evening is 1 quadrant, and nighttime is 1 quadrant, you can yourself create a routine of which practice you want to do where. For example, when you wake up in the morning, I talked about gratitude. It takes 1 minute of gratitude. You can express gratitude in many different ways, to the humanity, to the world, to the society, to your parents, to your friends, to your family. You can also express gratitude to your Ishta, your God. And then also practice self-compassion. As I said, very simple, self-compassion, very simple. Just tell yourself, may I be safe, may I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be good. And make sure that you do that with gratitude in your mind. And if there's gratitude, then you're getting energy from those who you are grateful to. And that is the practice of self-compassion. And then sit down for self-rejuvenation. Initially, 2 minutes is good enough. You can do at least one stretch if you don't have time. I usually do 1 or 2 Surya Namaskaras in the morning. That's all I have time for in the morning. And then you can sit for your prayer and meditation as long as you want to spend in that, and then get ready for a daily routine and go to work. But if you have time at hand and if you're not working, and then you can do your yoga and meditation, all that in the morning, and spending an hour or 2 is good enough. Noontime, whenever you get somewhere stressed out, it's very important to do breath focus and body scan. And we talked about that. But then Swamiji gave us those 2 beautiful practices, the Brahmari and the Anulom Vilom. Now, Brahmari sometimes may not be possible in modern work environment where you have people sharing desks close to you, but you could always do Anulom Vilom, or you could break into a bathroom and do that. And doing 3 Brahmaris and 9 Anulom Vilom, if you really time, takes no longer than 3 minutes. You will be amazed how you recharge your depleting battery in the middle of the day by doing this. So when you go to work, driving 45, 35 minutes, whatever is your commute, you go there, and as soon as you go to work, you know there are 5 things go wrong right away, and all 5 come together on your desk. I'm sure you have same experience. And then you begin the day, and whenever you begin the day, you already know you're 10 minutes behind. And then one or the other thing piles up on top of that. And by the time it's noontime, you've really worked quite hard, stressfully. You don't realize how much stress you build up in your mind, body, muscles. If you just then break away for 2 or 3 minutes, do 3 Brahmaris and 9 Anulom Vilom, and you come back and sit on your desk, it's like your battery is charged. You know how your cell phone, you see that battery thing, it shows up on that? Sometimes by noontime, it's almost close to red mark. And you do this Brahmari and you do this Anulom Vilom, and you realize that you're 45% charged again, just like your cell phone. And then you carry on with all the work that you have to do, and then you come home. Evening time, like for me, the walking and yoga time is in the evening. For me, majority of my meditation time is in the evening. Pranayama, I usually try to do in the morning and half in the evening. So that you can choose whichever way you want. And we talked about our sleep hygiene. Create a fixed time. Follow the hygiene, as we said. Nothing in your stomach 3 hours before you go to bed. Make sure that you don't see any devices before you go to bed. Minimize flickering light in front of your eyes 2 hours before you sleep, because this light that flickers in front of you on a screen is very harmful to your psychology, is very harmful to your eyes. And that is the prime reason why people that watch TV till late can never sleep without a sleeping pill. Do not watch TV at night. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I said that, because all around me, I see people watching TV at the nighttime always. So I'm sorry if I said that, but I think if you have difficulty sleeping, please keep in mind that watching screen, cell phone, and TV at night is the fundamental reason why you're not sleeping well. And sleeping pill is not the answer. So that concludes everything. Before we close, we're going to do, as always, our 2 minutes of rejuvenation time. And thank you all for giving me this opportunity of connecting with you. I'm not sure about you, but I really enjoyed. This was a love fest. We had wonderful time together, great participation. And I can't believe Swamiji just said 4 weeks. It's been like we started yesterday. It was very joyful and great, and we had great satsang together, and Swamiji's yoga, dhyana, pranayamas were just outstanding as always. And he's been my guru in all this, and my guru in also all that's coming to you, to IWSP. So I can't express my gratitude enough. And grateful thanks to 3 beautiful friends I made in last 3 months. Anirbanji, Subratoji and Nareshji, great souls, selfless workers. So Anirbanji, can we start the rejuvenation? I'm
Yes,
sorry.
sir. Yes, sir. We'll do that, sir. Yeah, the time starts now. It's time, doctor.
Okay, so thank you very much. It was wonderful connecting we all together, and we stay connected for a long time. And so remember, we talked about the practice and failing and doing every day. So you just found out that I don't even have very good emotional resilience. I do get emotional sometimes. So over to Anirbanji.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Sharma, for that wonderful recap. And I'm sure that, as we go along, we will today, now, this section, we're going to discuss about, before I hand it over to Swamiji for his yoga, dhyana, and pranayama, I would like to discuss about the practice part of it, which is what is the theme of this session. I started off with practice. If you recollect, I referred to Pandit Ravi Shankar. I referred to a couple of, shots which I made on practice. Now I will put on one of our participants. In fact, a lot of participants have been sending their videos to us. And we will be playing this as we go along and as we keep meeting, because there is a plan, which I'll tell you before that. I'll just play this particular presentation, a video which has been very nicely made by one of our participants, Madam Neeraj Vashisht. I'll play it and then we will go over and I'll explain that how is our next roadmap before I hand it over to Swamiji. So I'll just share my screen now.
Is my screen on, or is that what is bothering you?
No, it's okay. I manage it.
Thank you for logging in. This is Integrated Wellness Science and Practice, IWSP, in short.
As we enter the second phase of IWSP, the most important aspect will be to practice all that we have learnt. In this event today, We are going to continuously reinforce the practice aspect of our learning. Practice, to ensure, enable, and succeed in this journey of wellness, will be our mantra for the future.
We would now listen to Madam Neeraj Vasisht about the manner in which she is practicing already, and I'm sure it will be a great inspiration for all of us.
Namaste. Thanks a lot to the IWSP team. I'm so grateful for your time and knowledge that you are sharing towards our health and mindful living. The integration of theory and practice from first session itself was a great start. Dr. Sushil, your first session with the slide of mind-body connection with right amount of exercise, nutrition, personal development, environment, relationships, and spirituality truly had an indelible impression and impact towards being conscious of one's activities. I like the word dash to wellness. Keeps ringing to go right with diet. Activity, get out of laziness, jog, run, be active, walk 7,200 steps each day. Whenever stressed, manage. Habits, I guess, are on auto change mode. Creating awareness and educating us on the value of the plant food has made me consciously prepare food rich in antioxidants and proteins. Your slide, Facts of Fat, made me substitute the medium of cooking. I'm using only a pinch of salt, and for sugar urge, taking a piece of fruit. The dairy products have been given up. The explanation by you of circadian rhythms and misalignment and how to balance it using the word dincharya has been very contemplative. How to manage stress with 4 A's works very well. Any trash, whether food or thoughts, avoid and alter. Any positivity, accept and adapt. I really appreciated the slide of impermanence with the footsteps on the sand and the interdependence. Very thought-provoking and reflective. Thanks for introducing self-compassion, the importance of being kind to one's own self. Thank you, Swamiji, for the yoga, pranayam and dhyana sessions. Your divine presence and talks are a blessing in itself. Talking of transformation and benefits, I'm more disciplined, regular with 5 minutes of self-rejuvenation, not eating 3 hours prior to sleeping, and change of the diet as per IWSP is happening. I feel light and energetic. I have shed 2 kgs of weight. I would also like to share that I was persistently having headaches for the last 1.5 years plus. And I would wake up early in the morning with throbbing headaches, but for the last 2 weeks, it's not there. Maybe it's to the dash of wellness and the yoga program. Finally, I would like to thank my co-participants for their question and answer sessions and for the innovative recipes. Thanks to the IWSP team from the bottom of my heart. Namaste.
Thank you, madam. Thanks for those great words. I'm sure all our participants are listening. As I said earlier, that we do have many participants who have contributed and who have sent their videos. And as I said, we'll keep keep that in mind. And as we go along, we'll keep playing in our further interactions. So going with the theme, we are not calling this as a closing session, but in technical sense, it is a closing session, but then we are not calling it so. So what are we calling it? We are saying that this is a new beginning. Now, how do we do a new beginning? We are, I would say that we are changing gears. You know, I'm basically a mechanical engineer, and we have this concept that when you're in the lower gear, we have a lot of teeth to one particular, motion to happen. But as the speed increases, the tendency to push becomes reduced, but it doesn't go away. So the force transmission happens. Similarly, in this case, we are going to create something, and I'm going to mention about something called a roadmap, because the learning must continue. so should be the practices. So these are the two most important things: the retention of what we have learned and delivery of that learning onto our lives so as to make them better, better and better. So what are the steps? We have thought of these few steps. This is the proposal, and this is what we are going to go ahead and do it. We are going to create an alumni. We are going to create this group of 70 odd people who have been a part of this, the first batch journey, this 12 sessions, and we'll create an alumni with that. Then we'll do batch 2, and then there'll be another alumni. So like this alumni will keep increasing and growing in strength and going from one step to another. And every interaction will lead to more things coming our way, and thereby making it stronger and stronger as we go along. Then we have an alumni meet which we have planned every first and third Sunday. So there are thoughts on the timing. The timing which has been recommended by Swamiji is that morning we meet from 6 to 8 in the morning. So right now we are going to keep that. So I will tell you the date in which the first alumni meet will happen as I go along. The step 3 is that we will continue with our good practice sharing and yoga practices, what the way manner in which we have been doing all this while, through this WhatsApp group, through our email messages, through our exchange of videos. That group will remain vibrant the way it was for this month. It will remain vibrant for the times to come. That much I can promise you. Step 4 is that this alumni is going to continuously increase, as I said, every batch. And with this increase, more thoughts, more processing will happen, more new ideas will come in, will all become rich in terms of a thought, in terms of practice, and in terms of delivering wellness to no one else but to oneself. So this is what is going to be the step 4. Step 5 is that through this sustained momentum, what we all will create individually in our own space and then for others, we will generate a lot of collaborative efforts. I am not seeing the day far away when we could go for an IWSP, especially for diabetics. We could go for an IWSP, especially for hypertensive people. We could go for an IWSP, especially for a particular ailment, which needs that specific attention. And perhaps this whole module, instead of being a generalistic wellness, could be steered to in those directions also. So these are some of the things which are there at this stage in terms of thoughts. But as we go along, I'm sure that we will be making these as concrete steps. So for this, one of the first steps which we have done is that we have asked few of you, we have nominated, we have gone ahead and asked that, would you like to become our volunteer ambassadors? There is a job role getting created for these volunteer ambassadors. It's very simple. Basically, whatever I told earlier in this first 5 steps, these volunteer ambassadors are going to reinforce and they're going to take it forward. They're going to make the whole process more vibrant. So Dr. Subbarao has come forward. Madam Geeta Nayan has come forward. Mr. Nagaraj Rao has come forward. Dr. Ajit has come forward. Mr. Anil Kumar has come forward. And they have been kind to offer the support. And we will be definitely connecting with more of you in the coming days. And we'll try to make this group also more robust. And perhaps there will be a lot of interaction between this 5 core team and these volunteer ambassadors as we go along. And it's an important part of the roadmap. So having said this, I will come to my last slide and then hand it over to Swamiji. That we will be having our first alumni meet on the 1st of November 2020. And it will be a Sunday. As I said, the timing will be there from 6 to 8, but please do keep a watch on the WhatsApp group and the emails, and you will be coming to know of what we are going to do next. So, yes, sir.
Can you also once again tell them to share the, if they have done any, for example, numbers, blood work and all that, any change or weight, any change, and the perceived wellness score and the practice sheet, so that we can then analyze before and after and share with them?
Yes, doctor. I think good that you reinforced it. We were wanting you to fill up the last perceived wellness score which has been sent to you yesterday. Kindly do fill it up if you have not yet filled it up. It enables us to know the progress of each individual. And also, all of us go for yearly checks. I went for my yearly check last week. I have my parameters ready. I'll be sharing it with the doctor. And of course, if you have your own yearly checks, no need of sharing it, but then you keep a track of it, so that you know what your numbers are. Because one of the learnings which we had from Dr. Sharma initially was that know your numbers. Those 7 parameters are to be known by you, perhaps by heart. And that is how you can drive your wellness, because nothing in this world which you cannot measure, I don't think you can manage it. So it goes with that philosophy that please know your numbers, go for a checkup, and keep the numbers with you. If you want to share it, most welcome. But then, ideally speaking, know your numbers. That is the most important thing. Have I addressed it, Dr. Sharma?
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you.
Okay. So now I'll hand it over to Swamiji for taking yoga, dhyana, and pranayama session forward. Over to you, Swamiji.
Namaskar. Thank you for the wonderful proceedings so far. I'm so delighted. All the participants who have been with us right from the beginning till this last session of the IWSP Batch 1, and as very well put up by Anirban ji, this is not a closing ceremony, but it's a new beginning. Yoga should be way of life, which I keep on stressing. योग जीवन पद्धति होना चाहिए. And Sri Ramakrishna said, as long as I live, I do keep learning. Joto bachi toto sikhi. So keep on learning the good things, keep on building up the good habits, and that is the way to replace the bad habits because of which we are having dis-ease or lack of easiness in our body and mind. What was very touching for me today was the divine bhajans. ओंकार का, प्राणायाम का तप, ओंकार का जप. प्राणायाम का तप, ओंकार का जप. Taking the divine name and doing pranayama, which can make your body and fit, is the way for a wonderful life, way for wellness. So with this brief introductory note, let us go and do as usual our sessions. Yogic jogging, Sukshma Vyayama, Pranayama, prayer and meditation. So if you want to set up your places, please set up. Anirban?
Yes, sir. Maybe we'll give 2 minutes for people to set up their places.
Yeah.
Anirban, also on the feedback form we'll be sending after the session, completion of the session. So request everybody to fill it. That will help us to further improvise, modify. Please, all of you, please fill that.
Yes.
You'll get it immediately after the session completes.
Absolutely. So to all the participants and the part of the WhatsApp group, not only it will be sent through WhatsApp, but also it will be sent through mail. Kindly do fill up the feedback form. It's a very simple form, 4-5 questions. It will enable us to make the program even better and more effective as you go along. So it is for you to, it's for your all our benefits. And since, as we said, that this journey is going to continue between us, and we will keep meeting. Of course, there will be a lot of interaction, but do send that form filled up so that it will be there in our records that what we need to do exactly.
You are set ready for today's yoga session?
Yes, sir. I think we should start.
Okay. As usual, start the session with yogic jogging. As rightly said by Sushil ji, if you can do this yogic jogging, you need not go out for 7,500 steps walk. Okay, if you want to take off any day, you can go out for the walk, but I will say don't take off from yoga session, go out in the nature. विहार के लिए प्रकृति में जाना है. Just go out and be in the nature. That should be the purpose of walking. But if you ask me, as exercise, especially for youths, it is not an exercise. Those who are aged, those who are not able to do much physical activity, for them, yes, walking itself can become a good exercise. So start the yogic jogging. Focus is on the breath. Those who are young and fit, high speed. With a divine smile on the face, with a free mind, with full of positive thoughts, a very good exercise for your body, yogic jogging. Warm-up exercise. After completing yogic jogging, we can go and do some jumping exercise. Then alternate, touch your feet. Expansion is life. Breathe in all that is positive, divine. Breathe out all that is weak and bad. Shuddha, Chit. Shuddha Buddhi, Shuddha Atma. By the grace of the Divine Mother, we are able to spend this wonderful moment with us, finding the joy within by also doing exercise for the fit body. Pranayam ka tap, Onkar ka jap. Then forward bending. Very good exercise to reduce the central obesity. Central obesity, root cause for all the lifestyle disorders. Then sidewise bending. So nice. Can sit down, relax yourself, providing good exercise for the ankle joint and the knee joint. Very simple, very relaxing, very good for the blood circulation. The physiological edema. When we sit for a long time, we may get pedal edema, especially after certain age. This will help to remove all that fluid which is collected in the extremities, and it will make the circulation proper. At the same time, it's a very good exercise for the knees and ankles. Then breathe in, breathe out. When you breathe in and extend the ankle joint, it's also getting a very good exercise for the knee joint. The muscles around the knee are becoming strong. Wherever there is a pain in the body, the pain is due to the weak muscles. Muscles of iron, nerves of steel. Of course, we have to rule out any local pathology. Then sit straight in Sukhasana. Always the focus is on the breathing. Breathe in, breathe out. Whenever there is contraction of the muscle, breathe in, chest should fill. When you are relaxing, breathe out. Then shoulder movement. Focus is on the breath. If you can join the name of the Lord, Omkar is a universal name of the Lord. And if you are Divine Mother's devotee, take the name of the Divine Mother. This is the Durga Puja time. Divine Mother is the one who is taking care of everybody, everywhere. Can do pranayam ka tap, Omkar ka jap. So when you are doing this pranayama exercise, keep on taking the name of the Lord. I am the divine child. Yad bhavam tad bhavati. Neck. Look at Naresh and keep on doing the exercise. So we completed yogic jogging, we have completed Sukshma Vyayamas. Now we will go ahead and do asana. Yama, niyama, what to do, what not to do. Whatever we have learned, we have to remember, and when you are acting, please give attention to the learnings. नमक खाने का बहुत इच्छा होता है, पकौड़ी खाने का बहुत इच्छा होता है. Tell your mind, this is not good. This is bad habit that has to be replaced with a good habit. Sitting posture, asanas, mandukasana, again which is very good for the abdominal internal organs, especially for diabetes. This is a very good asana, mandukasana. When you press on the pancreas, it stimulates your pancreas to produce insulin. It makes your insulin to work better by decreasing the insulin resistance. Look forward. आगे देखो. Relax. If you can hold for some time, do simple sarala pranayama. One minute, 2 minutes, you can be in that position. Mandukasana, the frog posture. Then Shasakasana. Breathe in, go back, breathe out, go forward. Rabbit posture. Be in this position for 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. When you are in a relaxed posture, do simple pranayama, sarala pranayama. Focus is on the breath. Your mind is at rest. That means you are not getting attached to the thoughts that are rising and falling. You are just witnessing. That is the way to relax yourself. Just focus yourself on the breath movements. That's it. Then Ustrasana, back bending exercise, very good for low backache and cervical pains. Push your trunk to the front, go back. How blessed we are by the Divine Mother. How blessed we are by the Lord. How blessed we are by the highest energy. We are able to connect ourselves with the highest energy. We are able to connect ourselves with our real self. We are at the feet of the Lord. Wonderful divine moments, blessed moments. Ustrasana. Then go stretch your legs. Vakrasana. Left leg, bring it to foot near the right knee. Go to the right, breathe out and try to touch the feet with right hand and go back. Vakrasana. Twisting at the trunk helps to provide good exercise for the internal organs in the abdomen. All the important organs are in the abdomen. Liver, spleen, kidney, gallbladder, intestine. They all get good exercise. Exercise makes the internal organs healthy by providing proper oxygen supply, by providing proper blood supply, which helps them to get proper nutrients, micronutrients, macronutrients. Micronutrients which are required in small quantities but very vital for the metabolic system. Vakrasana. Macronutrients are the nutrients, then Gomukhasana. Right thigh or left thigh, right hand will go up, lock and pull up the right hand, pull down the left hand, look up. Very good exercise for the shoulder and neck muscles. Macronutrients, the nutrients which are required in a larger quantity to run this body, to provide the energy that is required for the function of this body, should be taken in proper proportion. Whole plant-based diet, whole grain cereal, no oil, no salt, avoid dairy. These are the good habits. Always you should have in front of your eyes. Always you should have in your mind. As I said, eyes cannot see what mind doesn't know. Fill the mind with divine thoughts, positive thoughts. What is that divine? That makes you stay near to your real self. Stay near to your Lord. After doing Gomukhasana, now we can go ahead and do some asanas on the lying down back, lying on the back. As we know, Dvi Utthana Padasana, lifting both legs at the 30-degree, stretch the ankles to the forward. Stretch your ankles, toes should go to the front. थोड़ा ऐसे खींचना होगा पाँव. Hold for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 30 seconds, 40 seconds. That will make your abdominal muscle strong. For making your abdominal muscle strong, this is a very good asana. Dvi Utthana Padasana. Then go lift it to 90-degree. Sarvangasana. As I said, balances our posture. For mild hypertension, this is very good exercise. Then go back to 180-degree Halasana. Come back to Sarvangasana, then Dvi Utthana Padasana, then to normal posture, relax on your back slowly. Very good. Now lie down on the tummy or chest. Lift up. Bhujangasana. Breathe in and go up. Bhujangasana. Breathe in. Go up. Hold. Bhujangasana. Very good exercise for low backache and neck pain. Again, the principle is wherever we have a pain, the muscles around that joint are not strong. So this stretching exercise make our muscles strong. If at all you have any injury, please consult your doctor. Avoid the postures which will increase the pain. Bhujangasana, cobra posture. Then Dhanurasana, lift up the legs and try to hold. Bow posture, Dhanurasana. Breathe in and hold. Again, very good exercise for knee pain, low back pain, neck pain, and for the elbows. Dhanurasana. Mind relaxed. Focus on the breathing, enjoying being yourself, at the same time providing good exercise to your own body. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. After doing the exercise in the lying down position, now stand up and do Surya Namaskar. 6 times, 12 times if you can do Surya Namaskar. Those of who are young, those who are aged can do slowly as per your capacity, efficiency. Breathe in. I hope all of our participants are practicing when we are doing together. That is the way to get inspiration. That is the way to go further. When we do together, we get that extra enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is the one which makes life better. Love all. Love yourself, love all. That will inspire you to do better things in a sustained way. Love yourself, love all. Have that enthusiasm to lead a wonderful life, meaningful life, healthy life, wealthy life, meaningful life. Surya Namaskara, king of all asanas. Very good exercise for a wonderful physical body. Shariramadhyam khalu dharma sadhanam. This physical body is the instrument for the practice of religion. Religion is realization, said Swami Vivekananda. After doing the Surya Namaskara, let us go ahead and perform pranayama. As we are practicing Brahmari Anulom daily in the beginning of the session. So after practicing Anulom Vilom and Brahmari, let us practice Bhastrika. We are set to practice pranayama. So when you are doing alone, I said half an hour yogic jogging, Sukshma Vyayama and asanas including Surya Namaskara. Half an hour the pranayamas, that is the ideal way. For that, you can set some bhajans, 5 minutes each. If you got 12 sets of bhajans which you like, or some lecture, oh, first 5 minutes this bhajan, this I'll complete. Then, like that you have to train your own self. We have given the roadmap. Now we have to practice and see which suits you, which helps you to become better person physically, mentally, emotionally and spiritually. Okay, now start practicing Bhastrika. Breathe in, breathe out. Body, mind relaxed, focus on the breath, deep breathe in, breathe out. Then Kapalbhati, forced exhalation by contracting the abdomen. Try to contract the abdomen so that it reaches your back, spine. So automatically when your tummy goes in, you see that the air is coming through your nostrils. So once you confirm yourself, you can sit in Jnana Mudra, do Kapalbhati. Closing your eyes, focus on the Nabhi, navel region, where you feel that the divine power, the Prana Shakti, the oxygen, which is being pushed from the navel, Nabhi is entering every cell. By that, every part of my body is becoming energized. Pain is being vanished. I am getting all that is good and divine. With this feeling, when you do, automatically your mind goes at the higher level. You are able to reach the Hridaya Akasha, where your divine Lord is situated. Then, Vishuddha Anata Sahasrara. So, first 1 second, 1 stroke. Sixty strokes. 5 minutes, 300 strokes. 10 minutes, 600 strokes. 15 minutes, 900 strokes. If you increase the speed, you can do in the lesser time. So when you close your eyes, focus yourself on the navel, automatically your mind goes up. So by doing Kapalbhati, at the same time your mind is going at the higher plane, becoming one with God, Samadhi Avastha. So if you can mentally add Omkar to that, Omkar ka jap, pranayam ka tap, best way to lead a wonderful life for wellness. So, you can practice Bhastrika and Kapalbhati alternatively. Bhastrika, Kapalbhati alternatively. 5 minutes Bhastrika, 5 minutes Kapalbhati. 5 minutes Bhastrika, 5 minutes Kapalbhati. 5 minutes Anulom Vilom, 3 minutes Brahmri, then 5 minutes Omkar. If you can do this, 30 minutes Pranayama, wonderful results. One of my participants, who is very closely known to me, was sharing he reduced 2.5 kilos in this 1 month. He was borderline diabetic, he was borderline hypertension, borderline cholesterol. He was taking medicines, minimum dose of medicines. Now he is off medicines. That's what IWSP can do if you do it sincerely. Again, each individual's body is different. You have to understand your body, you have to understand the diseases that you have. Accordingly, with the consent of the doctor and understanding what's happening, you can taper off your medicines or give up your medicines by practicing more and more yogasana, pranayama and all that is taught in IWSP. Bhastrika, Kapalbhati. Then we will go and practice Ujjayi pranayama for all the thyroid glands. Hold your throat tightly, breathe in, hold for few seconds, then breathe out through left. Ujjayi pranayama. Very good exercise for the thyroid glands. Very nice to see Sushil ji, Naresh ji performing so nicely. After Ujjayi pranayama, let us practice Omkar. Breathe in, fill the mind with divine thoughts. When you breathe out, add Om. Om is the name of the Lord. By chanting Om, our body and mind becomes vibrant, divine. So feel that divinity and chant Om. Close your eyes, try to focus yourself between the two eyebrows, which we call it as a divine eye, Divya Chakshu. Divine eyes of knowledge, where there is Sat, Chit, Ananda, truth, existence, consciousness, and bliss. So like that, 3 times, 5 times, 7 times, 9 times, go on increasing the number. Maybe you can do 101 times, 108 times Omkar, morning and evening, and see the result for yourself. I mentioned one of a more known professor at AIMS Rishikesh has asked his patients to do Omkara, chanting, Anulom Vilom Ram. It was seen that the patients were admitted for surgeries did not receive any medicine for hypertension, sleep. After practicing Omkara, now we are set right for our main purpose of doing all this yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana samadhi. When you talk to the Lord, it becomes prayer. Intense prayer becomes dhyana. Single pointed devotion at the feet of the Lord. Dhyana. So, let us do prayer. Send the positive vibrations, the divine thoughts to yourself and everywhere. I am the divine child. I am part of that highest energy. May I be always established in my real self. May I be always aware of the divine energy that is flowing within me. May I always remember that I am divine child. May I be at peace. May I be joyful, blissful. Whatever is within, we spread out the same. So I am filled with all that is divine energy, positivity. Now let us go and pray for the wellness of all. May all the beings in the east, west, north, south, top, below, all the directions be at peace, be at joy, be at happiness, be at bliss. By praying for the wellness, happiness, joy of all, we feel that joy, happiness, wellness within. A joyful, a blissful, a mind full of positivity is very important for meditation. After our prayers, let us go and take the divine blessings, blessings of the elders. O my Lord, please accept my humble pranams. I am your child. Our respectful pranams to all our teachers, right from rishis to our present day teachers. Our respectful pranams to all our elders, noble people. By taking the blessings of the Lord, sages, great thinkers, elders, now we are going to enter our next step in meditation. Sthiram Sukham Asanam. We are sitting in a stable, comfortable position where our spinal cord is straight and at the same time relaxed. Our focus is on the breathing movements. Pay attention towards the air that is being entered through the nostrils, through the trachea, to the alveoli. Simple breathing. Focus is towards the breathing. Deep, slow breathing. Automatically, the mind gets calmer, quiet. A calm and quiet mind is very helpful in meditation. We are sitting relaxed. Focus is on the breath. All that is outside is closed. Panchendriyas are focusing within, so why we are not aware what's happening outside. The mind is completely focusing on the breath, which is deep and slow. Automatically the mind is calmed down. The place where we are supposed to meditate is the spiritual heart. Hridaya Akasha, there our Lord is situated. From there everything arises. Enter the spiritual heart, Hridaya Akasha. Our Lord is seated. Go and offer once again pranams to our Lord Ishtadevata. A Rama, a Krishna, a Ramakrishna, Divine Mother, a Jesus, a Allah, a Buddha, our dear God is always there to bless us, guide us, protect us. He is so happy to receive you. He is looking at you full of love, compassion. Talk to Him, listen to Him. Be with Him. slow and deep breathing. You're totally within yourself with your Lord. Wonderful moments, divine moments. Satyam Shivam Sundaram, that which is eternally exists, that which is good, that which is beautiful, that is my Lord, that is me. Enjoy the divine moments with your Lord. Though we would like to continue, be with our Lord, because we have to move out for the next activities. Once again, offer your pranams to your Lord, take His blessings, promise Him that you will be again with Him at the earliest to spend the divine moments with Him, who is your closest. Taking His blessings, slowly come out. Focus is on your breath. Now you are able to focus, learn about the external things. Rub your hands. Put on your eyes, on the neck, on the spine. On the knees. So, with this wonderful practice of prayer and meditation, feeling the joy within, that is the purpose of this IWSP. The diet that we are learning, the lifestyle we are learning is to train our body and mind to find ourselves within. Now, it's up to all of us to continue these wonderful practices which are taught by the wonderful facilitator, which has been collected from different eminent peoples and put it in one course of 12 sessions under the title IWSP. Now, I request all of you to continue these yogic jogging, Sukshma Vyayama, Surya Namaskara and particular asanas at least 30 minutes a day. Continue the mind relaxation techniques, pranayamas at least 30 minutes a day. That means 1 hour for yourself. In return, you are going to enjoy the benefits when you do it for long time. Everything is contagious. So if at all I would like to get contagious, I will let us get contaminated or contagious with all that is good for me and for others. So my earnest request to all of you who have participated with lot of love and affection, love yourself, do all that is good for you, always try to remember, because your thoughts becomes your actions, your action becomes your habits, your habit becomes your personality. So I pray to Divine Mother, Bhagwan Sri Ramakrishna, Ma Sharada Devi, Swami Vivekananda and all the great teachers to bless us all with great health, with great mind, with good emotions, and above all, His grace, by which we will realize our real nature, which is called as God realization. With my humble pranams to everybody, appreciating the selfless service of ceRIMed team to make this wonderful program a grand success. My love and namaskars to all of you. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tatsa Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Anil.
Thank you, Swamiji. Thank you very much for a lovely session once again. I would request that today we will have a very, very silent, very pious, very close, very, I would say, very something which is very internal kind of closure today. So I had requested Swamiji that if he could, lead us to a prayer. And what we all can do is that if I open up the audio, then the whole system will collapse. But we can all try to switch on our videos and repeat after Swamiji while your audio is on mute, but you will be able to hear yourself or your family members wherever you are, and you can hear Swamiji and repeat after him this lovely prayer which he is going to lead us now. And that is a kind of closure. We'll have a couple of slides, and then we'll close it. Kindly, if you can switch on your videos, please.
So nice to see all of you on the screen. I'll request Anirban to take some screenshots so that you can share in the group, so that they will all keep them in their memory. As rightly said, keep your mic muted, put on video only. When I say the prayers, you will repeat the prayers loudly in your home with a divine feeling. Few of my participants who are there, I request, please put on your videos. Keep your mic muted. It's so nice to see all of you. And I'm delighted to see many of my friends are practicing yoga. Really nice. This is what the real way of life towards happiness, joy, wellness. So, any announcement, Anirban, before I start the prayers? After the prayer, what I would request is, wherever you are there, in that prayerful mood, just be there as long as possible. Then go ahead with your next activities and make promise to yourself with the right knowledge that you will practice all that good habits you have learned and make it as a part of your life. So, any announcement from Anirban?
I think, sir, we can start with the prayer, and after that, I'll have a couple of slides with which we'll close the session. And people, as you rightly said, can continue to be in the prayerful mode as long as they can, have the time for it. So you can start, Swamiji. We are all ready.
So first, what we will do, we will start with 3 times Omkara. Then I'll start the prayers. And wherever you are there, I'll give a small pause, then repeat. Then small pause, repeat. 3 times Om. गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। पवित्रं चरितं यस्याः पवित्रं जीवनं तथा पवित्रता स्वरूपिण्यै तस्यै कुर्मो नमो नमः। नमः श्री यतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय कोटिसूर्यसमप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। शुक्लाम्भरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। नमस्ते शारदे देवी काश्मीरपुरवासिनी त्वामहं प्रार्थये नित्यं विद्यां बुद्धिं च देहि मे। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं। न त्वहं कामये राज्यं न स्वर्गं न पुनर्भवं कामवे दुःखतप्तानां प्राणिनाम् आर्तिनाशनं। सर्वस्तरतु दुर्गाणि सर्वो भद्राणि पश्यतु सर्वः सद्बुद्धिमाप्नोतु सर्वः सर्वत्र नन्दतु। दुर्जनः सज्जनो भूयात् सज्जनः शान्तिमाप्नुयात् शान्तो मुच्येत बन्धेभ्यो मुक्तश्चान्यान् विमोचयेत्। स्वस्तिः प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः। गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु। कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि। अपवित्रः पवित्रो वा सर्वावस्थाङ्गतोऽपि वा यस्मरेत् पुण्डरीकाक्षं स बाह्याभ्यन्तरः शुचिः। प्रीयतां पुण्डरीकाक्षः सर्वयज्ञेश्वरो हरिः। तस्मिन् तुष्टे जगत्तुष्टं प्रीणिते प्रीणितं जगत्। हरिः ॐ तत्सत्। श्रीरामकृष्णार्पणमस्तु। जय श्री गुरु महाराज जी की जय। जय श्री महामाई की जय। जय श्री स्वामी जी महाराज जी की जय। जय श्री श्री दुर्गा माई की जय। जय श्री गंगा माई की जय।
We now take leave by sharing the mantra of practice, practice, and practice. We look forward to again meet you on 1st of November. Do keep your pictures, initiatives, coming in. Please watch on the IWSP WhatsApp group for updates and messages. Wish you all a very happy Dashahara in advance. Good night.